Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me with another Ready to Ride Pilates for Horse Rider session. Today we are going to be doing a quick standing session. I think this sort of session is one that you can fit in really easily wherever you are, so hopefully no excuses for not doing a little bit of exercise today. We are mostly going to be focusing on your legs, but there'll also be a little bit of upper body control too, because I think particularly if you are doing lateral work or you're jumping, you really need to have good upper body control. So let's get going, and I want you to think before you start, pelvic floor onto floor 3. Make sure that you're breathing into the base of your lungs and have that feeling of that nice elongated spine coming up from the base of your spine and right up out through the top of your head. And we're going to start off with some walking. So thinking about those diagonal pairs of arms and legs. Thinking about engaging the ropes that run from your ribs to your pelvis. Keeping the pelvic floor onto floor 3. And making sure that you are breathing. Watch that you keep your elbows straight. It's very easy if your elbows bend, but if you keep your elbows straight, it just makes it a little bit harder for those ropes that connect ribs to pelvis. Just gives them a bit more of a challenge. Okay, and then now you've got the circulation going, we're going to move on to a little bit more complicated. We're going to do some lunges. So I'm going to put arms across chest, and you're going to go forwards, down into a dip, back up again, forwards, down into a dip, back up again. You can make your dips as big as you want to, so in terms of your size, so how far you go forwards, but also how deep you go. I'm a little bit limited by my screen range. If I go make them too big, I will disappear out of the front of the screen. We're now going to make it a little bit harder and add in some rotations. You're going to go down into your dip, keep your pelvic headlights to the front and turn your shoulders from side to side. And as you add in the shoulder part, I now want you to think about keeping your shoulders level. So your headlights are staying to the front, your shoulders stay level. Try to feel your feet as well, and make sure you've got equal weight through both of your feet. So if you are in the saddle, doing a little bit of lateral work, or turning over a fence, you want to be in really good control of what your body is doing and not flopping from side to side. Last one. Okay, lovely. Come back up to the walk on the spot. Loosen off through your thighs, and we are going to move on to the foot series. So arms down by your side, make sure you're breathing. Activate that pelvic floor, then up onto your toes. Bend your knees, drop your heels, and straighten onto your toes. Bend your knees, drop your heels, straighten onto your toes. Bend your knees, drop your heels, straighten. All the time. Thinking shoulders back and down and relaxed. Pelvic floor gently on floor 3. And keeping that breathing nicely, regular, into the base of your lungs. A couple more this way. Last one. And then we're going to reverse it. So bend your knees, lift your heels, straighten and down. So it's bend, lift, straighten, down. Bend, lift, straighten, down. One more like this. Bend, lift, straighten, down. Okay, keep going. And again, I want you to think about keeping your shoulders back and down but relaxed, so that your legs are working away, but your upper body is still and relaxed. Does that sound familiar? When you're in the saddle, legs might be working away, giving aids. Upper body nice, still and relaxed. Last one. Super job. Okay, we'll walk on the spot again. Loosen off through your thighs. We move on to probably the hardest one in the session. We are going to do the warrior exercise. I'm going to go sideways for this one. So you're going to stand on one leg, arms in your wheelbarrow pushing position, shoulder blades back and down, headlights to the front, and you now go within whatever range you can do comfortably. So you're going to go forwards and back, forwards and back. And you might want to think about imagining you have a tray of drinks in your hands, so that your hands stay level the whole way through. Try to keep your headlights to the front. Don't worry if you have a wobble, just pause if you have a wobble, they happen. So this is really good if you jump, obviously. Excellent for improving your upper body control over the fence. One more this way. I'm going to swap onto the other leg. Get yourself balanced and sorted before you start. So shoulder blades back and down, Hands level, headlights to the front, and off you go again. And the key with this exercise is to do what you can do comfortably and well. So don't try and go to the range that I'm doing if you find it really difficult to do. You don't have to bend your knee as much, you don't have to straighten the leg as much, you don't have to go as far forwards. Always keeping hands level, headlights to the front, keep breathing. A couple more. Super job. Okay, I'm going to face you again with a little walk on the spot, and we are going to move on to the clam exercise. Nice and easy one to do in standing. Hands onto your headlights. Bend one leg so your foot is resting against the inside of your other knee. Check your shoulder blades are back and down. Think about your ropes. Headlights forwards, pelvic floor into floor 3. And then you are opening and closing, just the same as you do when you are lying down. Trying to get as much range as you can from that hip. So use the feedback you get from your hands to make sure that your pelvis is staying still and that movement comes from your hip. Okay, then we'll add in a few extensions. Still keeping shoulders relaxed back and down. All that movement is coming from your hips. Ooh, loss of balance. Okay, pop that foot down, bring the other foot up. Get yourself set up again before you start. Shoulders back and down, headlights forwards. Off you go. So once again, trying to get as much range as you can, making sure it comes from the hip. You really need good, strong hip muscles, so that's particularly your glutes and your hip flexors, but particularly your glutes. They're your big stabilizers. But you want to be specific about working them. Okay, so let's add in some extensions. Keeping your shoulders relaxed back and down, headlights to the front, breathing, pelvic floor. Make sure that movement is coming from your hip and nowhere else. Couple more. Lovely. Okay, feet down, a little walk on the spot. Okay, one last proper exercise, and you're going to go back on to one leg. Go with the leg you were on first. Again, shoulders back and down. This time, hands up in front. And if you've got a resistance band hand or a couple of balls, by all means use them. What we're going to do is do some rotations from here. So headlights to the front, and you're going to be turning your upper body. So once again, an imaginary tray of drinks is really helpful here. So keeping your shoulders level through those turns, headlights to the front, and it's your upper body only that is doing the turning, but your hands are staying level. So think about when you're on the horse, you want that contact to remain equal, remain even, unless you specifically want to change it. Okay, then I'm going to swap to do the same thing on the other leg. So get your balance first, shoulders back and down, headlights forwards, and again into those turns, keeping your hands as level as possible. Your shoulders level as well. So if you are someone who tends to collapse down one side, particularly if you are turning, this is a really useful exercise. It's a good one to do in front of the mirror, as are the lunge dips that we did earlier on, so that you can really watch and check that your shoulders stay really level. Okay, we're going to make it a little bit harder. Arms out to the side, and exactly the same thing. So you're turning, hopefully you haven't got a tree behind you. Keeping your headlights to the front, shoulders and arms completely level. And this is more about body awareness than anything else. It's a lot of control, but it's a lot of body awareness. Are you aware where your pelvis is, so stay to the front, and that your shoulders are level? Okay, then we're going to do the same thing on the other leg. So again, shoulders back and down, headlights forwards, into that turn. Try to keep your hands soft, don't get really rigid through your arms. Again, that's something that's really important for riding. Hopefully that's obvious, that you don't want to be getting tense through your arms. All that strength comes from your shoulders. headlights forwards, shoulders back and down. Lovely. Okay, we'll walk on the spot and then we're going to stretch off with a really nice little exercise. So you can bring your arms up above your head, soften through your knees, then reach up one side for a good big breath in. You should feel the stretch all the way down through here. And then the same thing on the side, so nice big breath in as you reach up, keeping the knees soft. And again, so you keep alternating between the two sides. Breath in and out, and then another breath in. Good big stretch, keep your knees really soft. One more each way. I'm going to do one last one. And then bring your arms back down by your side. Okay, so check your feet underneath you, headlights forwards, breathe into the base of your lungs, and that nice elongated spine, stretching up tall towards the ceiling. Try to feel you're growing an extra inch. And we're going to call it a day there. That was a really quick session, designed to be really quick so you can fit in any time. It might be quite useful as a warm-up session because it will warm up for riding, because it gets your spine moving, but also wakes up your glutes. But if you're just short of time, another really good one for you. If you haven't already, please do subscribe. It means such a lot when I get new subscribers. And if you've got any questions, any comments, please do let me know. And otherwise, take care, and I will see you again very soon. Bye bye.